Hi, this is Ron with the Lion Tribe. I'm here today with a few ladies who came for West Virginians for Health Freedom Day here at the West Virginia Capitol. I'd like each one of you to state your name and just tell me what motivated you to come and why health care freedom is important to you. Start with you.
My name is Melisi Parziali, and I'm here because I'm a nurse and I believe in informed consent, and mandates are not informed consent.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Holmes, and I'm a mom of two, soon to be three. And to me, it's just very important because it's a freedom that as Americans we all should possess the right to choose if we want to if we can send our kids to school or not. It shouldn't be taken away from us. It's a freedom that we should all get, from the Constitution and to enact our religious beliefs, how we deem fit. So I came today just to I wanted to see how everything worked. I want to be more involved in it, and then also just because I want to advocate for my kids and their future.
Good. Thank you.
My name is Brittany Reams, and I too am a registered nurse and a mom to a 5-year-old little girl. And health freedom is very important to me because, as it was mentioned by these other ladies, I believe that it is important that everybody has a choice and that they're educated to the fullest potential on all of the avenues, whether it's right or wrong, and is given the information that they need to make the best decision that is right for them. Because at the end of the day, we know what's best for our bodies and the way that we want our bodies to be treated by ourselves and by others. And so I think that that's important to spread awareness. And I'm here to help advocate to our legislators and to the public on ways that we can do that and tools that can set us up for success. And yeah.
Okay. I'm here for Health Freedom Day with Mr. Roy Ramey, right?
That's correct.
Yep. And so, Roy, I just wanted to ask you what motivated you to come here today, and why do you support health freedom?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So for many years, I have supported all manner of freedom issues. And, health freedom is one of our very most basic foundational rights. It's who we are as an individual, and how can you not support that? Our country was founded on protecting the individual as the smallest minority, and, we have to stand to protect that. I believe in supporting both of these documents here. I carry them with me. It's the U.S. and the state Constitution, and too many times if we're not standing up and fighting for our rights, that Constitution takes a back seat, and I'm here to just make sure that we're following the Constitution and protecting our individual rights. Health freedom is important to a lot of people that I know, to include my own family, and if we're not here to protect and defend it, then it's going to fall by the wayside. So that's why I come to support days like this.
Awesome. Thank you for talking with me, Roy.
Thank you.
I'm here with a family, and I wanted to ask them to state their names and tell me what motivated them to come here today and why they support medical freedom. I'll start with you, sir.
My name is John. This is my wife, Isabel. We support medical freedom because of the oppression that it causes. Our children have a right to education. They have a right to further outside of the home or outside of the homeschooling what we're capable of doing. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to send them to a school. And with the vaccine oppression, that's what this is, we're not able to send him to the school that he wants to go to pursue his career of choice. And he was engaged earlier this year. He went for a couple months and then got the letter, hey, you can't come to school no more. They overturned it, and on December, I believe it was, he got to go back to school for one day. Kicked him out the very next day because he didn't have the vaccine. And so we heard about this group. We heard about the meetings that were happening, and we wanted to participate. Let our voice be heard too, or come to see all the other voices that are coming together to support this, because this is supposed to be the land of the free, and here we are under all this tyranny and oppression. Mm-hmm. And it's really constraining our youth. It's constraining what they're capable of doing, the heights they're able to achieve. It's putting all that in handcuffs, basically. Mm-hmm. And so we're here to support the freedom for our children to pursue their happiness, their career of choice, without the confines of vaccines, without those restrictions on them. And my wife, she feels the same way.
Yeah, now we don't believe in, doing that and injecting things into our bodies, but I fully am okay with other people doing that. And I'm like very supportive of the freedom thing, because if that makes them feel better and like that's what they want to do, that's okay. But we religiously, we don't eat certain things. We don't eat red 40, we don't eat pork because of what the Bible says. So, I mean, we cannot in any good conscience in any way inject things like that into ourselves. There's definitely human tissue. There's definitely like eagle and all kinds of crazy things that I was reading on the actual package inserts for the vaccine. So no way in good conscience could we take them. And so just being able to have that freedom, to not have that inject, they don't make us eat things. So why would they make us inject things into ourselves? And and our son, it was like really awful. He was like at the technical center, and it was hard for him. But he said, I'm not ever going to take that stuff in my body, Mom. So, even though he's a minor, he still has that knowledge that doing what he feels his conscience telling him to do, and to be able to have the freedom to do that. It feels like an honor to be able to stand up for this, even though it was also, kind of hard. So.
I appreciate both of you coming today. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you taking the time and making these videos. It's a blessing. Thank you.
I'm here today with
Kimberly Nunley.
Kimberly. Nice to meet you. I just wanted to ask, why are you here today for Health Freedom Day, and what motivates you to support the healthcare freedom?
I don't understand why it's not a given that we have that freedom. They call us a free country. They call us free citizens, but then mandate that we inject our children with neurotoxins. So religious, medical, whichever it might be, we have a right to choose. Everyone has a right. I wouldn't tell anybody else that they couldn't have the vaccine if they wanted it. I don't expect them to tell me I have to. So I'm here in support of my child that has been kicked out. We had a federal exemption. We came to West Virginia. It was accepted fine, no issues in North Carolina. It'd be accepted in 48 other states, but we came here and it was rejected. So we did their process. We applied for a West Virginia exemption, and we got turned down with 4 pages of medical evidence that it affected my child in an adverse. It took us almost 2 years to recover, and because he didn't die, they denied it. So I got a religious exemption because the governor had put out the EO while I was waiting on my medical exemption. So I went ahead and got it because I believe God gave me that little soul, and with it came an intuition, a mother's intuition that tells me what's best for him. And I'm not going to go against that. When I hear a vaccine is dangerous, or when I see a vaccine is dangerous, if my soul tells me not to do that, I'm not going to do that. And every mother has that right. And I don't think it's any man's position to take that away from us. And that's exactly what they've done. And it's not, they're trying to say the herd immunity, it's not affected by the few that choose not to. They're fear-based, and they want to vote the way their district is. They want to make most people happy so that they get the votes that they're looking for, but that's not their job. Those people are too busy paying the power bill or feeding their kids to do the research that mothers like me will stand back and do after I've seen my child. And he has 122 doses of this medicine in him, 30 injections. I just did what they did. I did it because the doctors told me to, until I stepped back and looked at it and said, wait a minute, what have I done? Because I took him there. I listened to them because they had a white coat. They went to school. They should know better than me. That's not true. That child is yours. You have the right. You know best. So I did the research, and they're awful. They're awful. The insert that they hide from you, if you go online and try to look it up, you got to dig and dig and dig. They hide it. They don't want you to know. And then they have words for them, like the aluminum. It's a whole different word, but until you look it up and find out that it's an aluminum salt and it's just a binding agent. And they say, well, it's so minuscule you won't know. It's not going to affect them, and then it'll process it. But you give that same 70 times, it collectively makes a lot. And it's causing neurological issues. It's causing, I know the autism is up in the air right now, and they want to say causation and correlation. Don't don't equal, to me it does. Common sense would tell you it did. But the fact that it's a question, that's enough. That's all I need. I'm staying away from it. So I'm here to just other parents like me that don't have time to be here because they're at work today, hoping that people like us can make a difference. So I'm here to make that difference.
Awesome. I can tell you are very passionate about this cause, and I really appreciate you coming out today.
Thank you. Thanks for asking me. I'll preach it to the top of the mountain if I can.
Okay, now I'll go. Hi, my name is Ron Hurst III. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a nurse, and I'm a minister. Before I proceed, let me add this little disclaimer. I am speaking my own personal views right now. I am representing no organization, no healthcare group. I am representing no church. This is me speaking as I myself. I firmly believe that all of my rights come from God, that my family's rights come from God, and that applies to every single human being. I'm an American, and I know that my rights are written down in the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, and in the West Virginia Constitution. I know that the government has no right, no written permission to force or coerce me or my family to take products into our bodies that we do not believe in taking. They can't force any religious test upon us. And you see, even in the nursing profession, not just nursing actually, in all of healthcare professionals do not have the ability, they do not have the right to force alert and oriented patients to take things against their will. That's called a principle of autonomy. People have autonomy over their own bodies. And for those who are medical decision makers, they have the right to decide what goes into or doesn't go into the bodies of their loved ones. But unfortunately, when you mix healthcare with government and healthcare with education, what you have is government coercion. And sorry, folks, I don't approve. And so what motivates me to support religious freedom, healthcare freedom, is the fact that I have the strong convictions of a husband, a father, a Christian, and a nurse. And I'm going to keep fighting this good fight because I believe in it. God bless y'all.